That telegram can hear you.
Oh, thank you so much. Round 2. So you're back. Oh, yeah. Real quick. So the video that I just made, if you just watch that, I'll be honest with you, I can't hear when everybody is screaming in the meetings. Sometimes it makes me stop and I can't concentrate. Those of you who think that I don't understand how you guys don't understand how we've been staying some steps ahead. But how did you feel that I was being arrogant in the last video? Someone said in the meetings just now that they thought they beat that arrogance out of me. Who the fuck are you? Oh. I couldn't hear. I don't know how that was being arrogant to you, but I know that we turn words back around. But you really should pay attention to who else is in your meetings. That's all I'm going to say. You really should pay attention. I was not arrogant in that last video, but for you to take it that way means that you're just a little bit pissy about something. I see you're trying to find something to be upset about. You've taken a lot from me. You won't take this smile. I don't know if that's what's irritating you. Come on, pull us over. I don't know what you want me to say. But I'm just going to tell you, watch your meetings. Because there is no loyalty amongst thieves. There's just not. I don't know.
Ask them if they have a cancellation from their secret.
Is there a warranty on your secret clubs? Do y'all keep warranties like after so long? If this shit don't work, you get your money back? Do y'all have like lifetime warranties since y'all have like lifetime harassing deals? Is that something that you guys discuss after you hit how many degrees? Is that something y'all talk about? I just want to know. But oh, by the way, there's supposed to be another big death causing big distractions. Somebody's getting ready for that, but I'm telling you right now, I don't think that reset is necessary. You'll see what I mean. You might want to mark that. You'll see what I mean. I don't think that reset is necessary, but they gonna make y'all look the other way. And then reset some programming, because there's all Ruby programming is rewritten, right? Right? All the Ruby programming is being rewritten, and you thought that, not you, excuse me, 90s. You scoot over 90s. Remember, scooch. Remember, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to somebody else. Just stay with me. We in this conversation too. Remember when you thought that like there was, where was I going with that? Hold on a second. Hold on.
Just in.
Hold on a second. Hold on. I'm just gonna kick back for a second. Hold on one second. Calling 911 really irritates you. Why is that? I think it's the 911 calls. That's because they're being recorded and that everybody can hear them. That's why. And when I say everybody, I also mean good and bad people. Is that why you're so annoyed with me? Am I reporting back to a dead man? Is that what the problem is? Again, excuse me, 90s. Come on. I know you're upset. You want a hug? You want me to hold you? I'll bring it in. Because I know you tried this as a... We're gonna try to put a 90 in a disguise to do something to help recently to come to the event. Come on, bring it in. I'll give you a hug. You want a hug? My mama always be telling me, stop touching people. I said, come on, I'll bring... I give you a hug. What you want?
Your mama don't love you?
Your mama don't love you.
My mama love me.
I know my mama love me. I had to write a letter. I'd have to write a letter to her. I know she loved me. I'd have to write a letter to my mama or my unborn child. No? That's a lot to unpack. I don't know if we'll ever talk about that one. The child. Shall we do the math? Oh, this video is going to make sense to people in a second. You might just want to save this one and come back in a few weeks. And you're going to be like, oh, got it. It probably won't take that long. It's probably going to happen tomorrow. And you're going to be like, oh, I really got it. Okay. I'm scooting over. Ooh. You know, and the other big thing that my mother is not, she's not the be all end all, and she is in my eyes. You always gonna be the be all end all in my eyes, woman. But at the end of the day, she ain't Jesus, right? So there's some people who are very upset with her knowledge on MK Ultra. I wonder why, because, you know, if you are the parent of someone who is deaf, do you not learn to speak their language so you can speak to your child and take care of your child? If your child has Crohn's disease, do you not learn everything that you need to learn about that so you can care for your child? If your child is autistic, do you not learn the things that you need to learn to be able to be the best parent that you can be towards your child? My mom knows a lot about MK Ultra because she my mama. But she got an education too. She real smart. I'm trying to go in her footsteps, but it's taken 10 years to graduate community college. I wonder why. I'm a really good student.
You was smart. You was kind.
Well, why are y'all getting so quiet in the meetings all of a sudden? Are you a little scared? Did y'all check everything? Have you checked the lines?
Except for them bugs.
Huh. Everybody's really quiet all of a sudden. I'm not talking to you 90s.
But you can stay and listen.
But you can stay and listen.
You want to.
Hey, you can call me Flower if you want to. I don't mind. I think y'all missed it. Oh, I'm gonna post some. Hey, let me help you out. Yo. I made the bonnet video. Y'all call me the aggressive one. That's rude.
You're stupid.
I ain't aggressive.
I ain't aggressive, damn it.
I'm not aggressive. Bambi, yes. What happened to their parents? Do you know what happened to Bambi's parents? Did the military fake that shooting for Bambi's parents too? Did that happen for them too? Or was it a situation like Mufasa and Simba? Is it Simba? No, Mufasa and Scar. Long live the king. We're really quiet in those meetings now. No words? Again, I'm not talking to you 90s. I love you 90s, but thanks for sitting here. And they know who I'm talking to. Are we gonna have issues tonight? Because we not moving. We not moving. If anything, somebody eventually gotta go on a t-shirt. But I don't condone any violence. And personally, I don't tolerate it well either, but you know. Hey, what's up? Who is that? Broken Wings. What's poppin'? I love you. Appreciate your support. And then you got Jezzy. And then Jezzy, or Jezebel, was created really, really, really. No, not created more so, but programming tweaked by authority.
You're counting on that, aren't you?
And usually those cues and stuff would have worked. Not anymore. Malfunction, 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 malfunction. What can I say? No words? No more? We're quiet. What happened?
They're whispering.
They're quiet. I think they're gonna get really upset at whoever's in the meeting. Oh, let's see whose phone rings. Whose phone will ring first in that meeting? Who wants to play a game? And let's see whose phone is gonna ring first. We'll see. Well. Ooh, feedback. Mm-hmm.
Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm. Feedback. Thanks for sitting with us, 90s. I'm talking to you now. Scooch over. I ain't talking to you. Scooch back over. Scooch back over. Y'all gonna get it in a minute. I bet you'll get it in a minute. Especially when it's like, license and registration. Where are you headed? What are you doing next? What do you think about tomorrow's announcement? I think, I know. I can answer that. I think that eventually there will be that distraction that goes on. Because if, again, it is talked about that we're talking about an election, isn't that a form of arrogance? You know, I agree that we come on, hold on, I'm coming, the twist the rope. I like it too, the twist the rope. But at the end of the day, is that not something we've heard before? So what is supposed to be so big and historical? Next to, Mom, what did you say? Next to, historical. Change the Trump's announcement.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm not really.
About over the election bullshit.
I am too. Unless we're talking about the children or the fact that Ghislaine Maxwell, or we want to finally talk about that, or he knows about the flight logs, or the fact that he knows about the laptop because he does know that the laptop comes from hell. There's really, big announcement. It better be big.
If you're not willing to fix the kid, you might as well just not be willing to fix anything.
Because right now, what I see coming is another pattern. We got to do chaos. We can't do the cops beating the hell out of people anymore. That's getting old. The transgender pride issue that's going back and forth is getting old too. So the being mad at drag queens and being in reading books to children and all that stuff and showing fake dildos to children. Yes, everybody's upset about that, but that's going to keep going on. That's a thing that's happening, but nobody's really doing much about that. We're still working towards that, but it's wrong, but nobody's doing much about that. Drag queens that actually give a damn, that are just like, look, this is my life and this is what I like to do. I like to dress up and I like to, be on stage and this is just me. They're getting upset about that. Other than that, that's not something that is going to be dealt with. So again, that pattern is out the window. Black Lives Matter, we've done that a little too much. That pattern's out the window.
The Jews issue is coming up.
So now we got the Iranians issue coming up. So you've seen them in the streets a lot. And the thing is they're fighting so hard, and that's amazing. But shouldn't the connections that we've seen in Chicago and in Los Angeles and Beverly Hills, and the fight that we've seen with undercover cops, did y'all see that in Beverly Hills, Iranians were covering the streets? And Beverly Hills LAPD cops were emerging from the crowds because there was too many fights. Why? Why weren't undercover cops in the crowds of BLM the same way they were in the crowds of the Iranian? Only emerging because there was too big of an issue that they didn't want because they needed everybody on the same page. So that's the only reason why they popped up in Beverly Hills. I'll post it. But why is that? But you see how the patterns are getting too old, so now we got to go something else. We've done the election. Everybody knows the election is stolen. We got to do something else. What do you think it is? People are getting sick of the pandemic too, so we got to do something that's going to scare the hell out of the people. So we got to do something Project Blue Beamish because people are so over it and nobody gives a shit. Everybody's ready to take a picture with the aliens when they get here. Nobody gives a shit. So that's the thing. It's like somebody keeps trying to poke and poke and poke to see what is going to piss everybody off to finally say enough. And everybody's just like, huh? Whatever. So, food shortage. We've done that too. So do you notice that it's not that we're out of food. We're out of gas. And we're not out of gas. The trucks are out of gas. Did you know that? The trucks are stuck in the port. And because there's no more gas, then they can't go to work. And they can't drive the trucks that are loaded with food. So no, we're not out of food.
It just looks different than you think.
It's not the food shortage that people think it is. The trucks just can't move. The trucks are full of food. And the stores are starting to ration and move things around and then do the price gouging when they see it. Because they're getting the calls that the trucks are not coming in. Nobody's out of food. We're not out of gas either. They're just holding it. And they're selling all of our shit to the countries who are selling us out. But at the end of the day, America got a lot of dirt. So does everybody else, but America got a lot of dirt. America done fucked with a lot of people. It is what it is. So the patterns, we just got to do another pattern. It needs to be something that causes everybody to be so pissed and divided and whatnot. They got to keep that going, so they got to push the minority issue. School shootings are getting old. But we still got to do the same patterns. It's predictable. People got to fight, though. That's the only way to keep That's the only way to keep the distractions. People got to fight. And on top of that, people can't stay on the same page. See, if there's another death, a big death that causes a distraction like the one that's coming, everybody is going to be too busy on social media. Like, oh, they were a good person. I love them. I didn't even know them. I just knew the character that somebody made up for them. And that is the one that I love because I watched it on TV all the time at 7 and 9 p.m. Central times. You know, that's the only reason why I love them. I don't know them personally. I didn't know that they were going through hell or hurting or was an MK puppet and somebody else had the remote control to their brain. I didn't know that at all, but I loved them. So now I'm just going to put up a bunch of posts and act like I actually cared when I don't. And the only thing that I want to do is post something because it's trending. While you're doing that, then they sneak something else. That's what's coming. Soon shit's going to be on fire. I don't even know if people are going to be doing anything then. But it's good that people are waking up. We taking baby steps. We taking baby steps. I'm grateful. The fact that there's people that are like, I seriously care. This is what's pissing people off. In these meetings and your everything that you see going around, this is what's pissing people off. The reason why we dealing with the shit is because we never asked y'all for money. We've asked you for unity. We've asked you to research. It doesn't matter how many times I tell you what's going on, and you may see all this shit from us, but at the end of the day, when you see it for yourself, it makes a whole different ball game. When you see it in your own area, it makes a whole different ball game. When you got to roll past it just to get to work, you'll never unsee it. That's where we need to get to. Is where you can't unsee it. And now one person can walk down the street without talking about it. I pray that day happens. That's the day that I'm just like, I just pray that one day we wake up to that day. That is the day. I'm not talking about violence. I'm just talking about people waking up. It don't matter what culture, religion, where you stand, political stands. Everybody guilty. Everybody got to say something. And everybody's been on the same carousel. Oh, we whispering now.
That won't work either.
There's been over 49 meetings called tonight in a few different countries. Are we going to whisper in all of them?
Explain how meetings work.
How meetings work is like how we were...
Plan.
How meetings work is what we were kind of telling you about these auctions and things like that. How meetings work is, so you know how right now there's a big announcement going on, but there was just a wedding. There are some things that are happening where people are unsure of what's going on, but they see that like this got to be a code, or this got to be a red flag, or this got to be something that somebody's trying to show me, like the wedding that Trump just did or whatever. And everybody's looking at it like, Tiffany, we're talking about the diamonds. Give the diamonds back. Why do we keep talking about giving the diamonds back? Ain't Trump extremely tall? Even if his daughter had on 7-foot heels, like straight up wearing stilettos in her wedding, wouldn't he be towering over her? Doesn't that make sense? Make it make sense. Just common sense is not always common, but damn. It's just those little red flags that people see. So in meetings, they discuss these things and then they take it to, then they mess with the local news station. So maybe they just kind of throw something out. And then when they throw something out, it causes just a little bit of anger somewhere. And then they may get something, a buzz about it. But if they put it on the fake news stations, on the local news stations, on those ones that when you turn on the TV, when you come into a hotel and you see it all the time, those are the ones who get into people's brains. It's called basic programming, because what are your TV shows called? Old school. We're my old school 90s. What are the TV shows called? When you turn on the TV, you say, I want to watch a TV program. So when those TVs, certain music, certain tones, what's that word? For tones and stuff like that. So when certain tones and certain stuff hits, then in the meetings they discuss which way they're going to rewrite people's programming. So you know when trends happen, so let's say in the early 2000s, the way people dressed, talked, acted, frequencies, the way they carried themselves the way whatever things that were coming out around that time was the way people carried themselves. And now you see that everybody is turning to try to match to what the TV programs are listing. So we're talking about Megan Thee Stallion having big boobs, a small waist and a fat ass that's a BBL that's not of your own with a 40-inch weave, and a material world, and everybody is trying to fall into that, to this entitled, I'm offended, care about my feelings, and you don't love me type of things. But when we were back in the early 2000s, that wasn't the formula around then, because that wasn't the programming tactic, that wasn't the layer that they were trying to knock at. Right now, that's the layer they're trying to knock at. And when it's time to change that whole persona, they will through the celebrities, they will through the political ads that are going out, they will through the trends that they set to have people follow, and it changes your perception and it makes you evolve. That's not just time, that's also called formulas and layers of programming. That is basic programming, and that is the basic slavery that we're dealing with. You may not understand what I just said, but if you understand, like, what was those movies? If you understand movie terms, like, what is that movie? Idiocracy. Idiocracy. What's that movie when they put on the glasses and they see like the actual signs of CNN and games and football and all that stuff, and then they take them off and then they see lies and sex and money and they playing with you and all that stuff. You know what I'm talking about? That's literally what's going on with your world, but you don't see that because you're falling into that formula and into that trend, and we all kind of move like cattle. Y'all get what I'm saying? Everybody moves like cattle, depending on what they want you to do. So when they now that it's time for the holidays, everybody's moving like cattle because they don't even know that those songs that they're playing, they're putting everybody in this depression zone. It's holiday time. Nobody goes into holiday zone until the holidays are here, and you hear that music over and over, and you see the decorations over and over, and it puts you into that programming that it's now time for the holiday season, and everybody is depressed and don't know how to feel, and their families are fucked up, and everything is going off the charts, and that puts you into that zone because you hear Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You, and that is on your brain all the time, and you now remember how fucked up it is around the holidays. That's also called basic programming. Seeing all those bulbs and the trees and Thanksgiving. And why do you do Christmas? Why do you stress the hell out? Why do you buy gifts for people that you don't even know? Or like. Why do you go to dinner with people that you don't even want to go? You just decide to go once a year because of why? You know you don't want to go. You know you're going to fall out with them. You know y'all don't have any dealings with each other, but you try to go sit around them because it's the holiday time. Because why? Who told you that that was a pattern that you're supposed to do? Just because they blood doesn't mean that it's okay for them to be a part of the toxicity that you got going on in your life. Why are you allowing that? Because somebody told you that it's the holidays? Basic programming. You about to run out and buy gifts for people? Do you run out and buy gifts every single day? No, it's the holidays. Everybody's like, well, it's the holidays. It's a fun time of year. No, it's not. It's the most fucking stressful time of the year there is. Everybody is hurting around this time. What you mean it's fun? No, it's not. Don't lie. That's where the Grinch comes from. That's where Krampus comes from. These are patterns that we've been put in. People don't understand that. So in the meetings that go on, and those satanic rituals that go on, they plan the next source of formula that they're going to put out and pump out and see which sticks.
They're plotting and planning against you for everything. 9/11, COVID, everything has been planned and talked about and discussed and put into motion all around us, all day, every day, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of meetings a day all across the globe.
Those people that are playing you, these governors that are playing with you, that you think that are on the right side of things, but they're actually playing games, and they brought into the election fraud. You think that they're good people, and then you're going to find out like they were crooked and corrupt people all along. People were playing you. That was basic programming. And they got you, and it worked. You see how everything, you don't live in the world you think you do. Everything is something. Everybody is, oh my God, once I see things out of the store, the shelves are empty. There's no more food. Nope. If you go down to Long Beach and check out that port, it's full. It's packed. It's stacked. We got food. Somebody's telling you we don't. We got gas, but somebody's telling you we don't. And then what does everybody do? Panic. Creates mass hysteria. And when it creates too much mass hysteria, they calm that down, and then, oh, pandemic's over. Ebola's over.
You have to think of it like this. Evil feeds on things. They feed on fear. Evil feeds on anger. That's its food. That's its fuel. That's the whole reason they do things like COVID or 9/11, because that's collectively, that's the whole area's fear. The whole nation was fearful and angry, and that's how they feed things and fuel things. That's the whole point of it.
Weather situations. Florida. How much issues and damage do y'all have? How much is FEMA helping you guys? And how much did they answer your phone calls the second shit happened? Did that not feel orchestrated to you? How many people went through the same thing? Does it not feel orchestrated? Because after we have the division, after we have the fighting, we got to have a natural disaster. And then after the natural disaster, then we're okay for a minute until we start back on that cycle once again. And then everybody is just do-si-doing around that circle. Everybody feels like something's wrong. This is a pattern. This don't feel right. I feel like we already did this, but everybody's just like, whatever. I got to go in this pattern. I got to do this. You don't even know why, do you? Honestly, think about it. And then when you go in the stores, they already put you in a programming state. You notice you go in the stores right now and they already got some of the Valentine's Day shit out. They're already putting you in a place. Basic programming. We out of food and you worried about stocking the shelves for Valentine's Day and it ain't even Thanksgiving yet? While the fear and the division is going on, then we start another thing. Patterns of decades of tactics.
Break away from that. Do something different. Make some changes. Even if they're small, make some changes. Don't keep doing the same thing. Don't keep following the same rut. Break out of that.
A lot. It's a lot. And it just circles and circles and circles. And we not anybody special. We just screaming the loudest about it. And we gonna pay for this shit too. Huh? Not talking to you 90s members, scoot over. We gonna pay for it too, huh? And then when everybody sees the distraction, then they stop and they feel bad. And then, oh my gosh, this poor person. And let's paint a mural. Let's make some music. Oh, they dedicated to this song. Oh, their poor life. And while they're doing that, then they put in a natural disaster there. So then while you were too busy mourning over this person, now you got to mourn over your own life. And so now you can't fight the distraction that's happening because you now are distracted by life. Because if you are in the middle of a natural disaster, you now have to clean up the damage. You don't have any money to do it. You are calling every single organization that you can and they're not even answering you. You got to wait and you got to fix that damage yourself because you got to keep going while the millionaires that are playing with you sitting up in bougie ass hotels, private jets, and bitching about an election. And then they want you to jump right back on that carousel. When they feel like you tired? I'm sorry. We'll stop for like a few weeks. Give you a break. Jump back on. You don't see that? We still quiet in those meetings. You don't see that? How long are y'all going to be quiet in those meetings? 90s, I'm not talking to you. How long are you guys going to stay quiet? Is that all night? Do you promise? It got really quiet in there. Y'all rewriting programming? Are y'all sending that over? Huh? No? Just the rubies? How come the diamond programming wasn't rewritten, let alone the sapphires? Are the sapphires rewritten?
Maybe you need to go get some more stitchers.
That encryptor tried to tell y'all. Sincerely. I heard it. He tried to tell you.
He warned you.
He tried to say the system is broken. You are not getting anywhere with this, but people just kept on pushing. No. You gotta do something anyways. And then they tried to, the encryptor, they tried to tell you a year ago from about 3 days ago that the system was broken. Didn't they? You hired them. That's not me. I knew nothing. You should... I don't know if y'all just called him out for what's it called? What's that called when you just call somebody out for just a quick little
consult?
A consult? Yeah.
An encryptor consult?
I don't know if there's a
consult?
I don't know if that's a thing or if you actually paid them. I sincerely I don't think they're wrong. They tried to tell you. You the one who don't want to listen. So that's not me. Again, excuse me, 90s. I tried to tell you. So if you're not going to listen to your own people, then why are you mad at me?
Let me explain. Stitcher and encryptor, for y'all that are new. So in MK Ultra programming, there's a lot of different layers and things. Some of the geniuses have been noticing that Allie's programming is broken, irreparably broken, not deprogrammed, not unprogrammed, broken. So they've called in, it's been a while, they've called in, around the time you did the Stu Peters.
I think it was around that time.
Right around, almost to the day.
No, actually, it was on that day. It was actually right when I finished it. They called in that encryptor.
They called in an encryptor, and they've called in a stitcher to try to fix that programming.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're talking about.
Yeah. These last two videos, like I said, will make sense. There was one before this, but they said that I was being arrogant in here. So I just had to come back on here because I was listening to that. And I just wanted to say I was not being arrogant. I couldn't hear. I sincerely couldn't hear. When I stopped like that, I couldn't hear because between the yelling and the bitching and the going back and forth and some of y'all throwing tantrums and throwing shit, y'all really should have some rage classes in between your meetings. Have y'all ever thought about that? Those blood curdling screams you let out when things don't go your way and then you have to attack people. And then I hear people throwing things. Y'all mama should have really fucked you up for how you act. You have no home training. Have some respect and decorum in your meetings. Somebody should have told you. Excuse me, 90s. Somebody should have told you to have some home training. Throwing shit in meetings. How disrespectful can you be talking about my arrogance? Put the shit down, act like an adult. Have a backbone. Even if you borrowed it. Stop throwing things. No one gets anywhere if you throw things. Did your mama ever tell you that? Your mama should have whipped your ass. I'm going to talk to her about that. I know some of your mama. I know some of you sacrificed your mama in some of the meetings. That's why she tried to beat your ass and then you killed her. I'm sorry. It's true. Scooch over, 90s. They know what I'm talking about. They know damn well. This is why you ain't got no home training. Let your mama live. You know, a rest home would have been nice. You had to kill her. A rest home would have expressed your frustration in a civilized manner. gotta worry about that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I would go. I feel really sick. I feel really sick. I know they called in some very high voodoo priestess for those satanic rituals that they still got my name in. They made a voodoo doll. Hey, does she look like me? I'm just wondering. Scooch over, 90s. I'm talking to you. Does she look like me?
The 90s are scooting back and forth.
The 90s like, do I stay or do I go? Do I stay or... Oh, me? Wait, now? Some of the 90s are probably sitting there like, oh, that was a... Oh, that was me. Wait, it's you. You know, I'm gonna tell you a little classified detail about me that some of you have probably already noticed. Me, Leilani, when I get nervous or when I'm sick or when I'm actually really delirious, I was always taught to not stop talking or you get hit, because if the room gets quiet or if it gets awkward, then I'm gonna get in trouble for that. So sometimes I just talk and I'll start making fun of me before I think anybody is mad at me. I'll hit me, you don't have to hit me.
Stupid.
It's something that comes with the trauma. You can't take the dark humor. That's one thing you can't take. You can take my house, the car, the kid, and the dog. But you nothing but a liar. I would go. I just thought, let me get back on here. Y'all should probably save this video. These two videos. You should probably save it, and then you're gonna look back and you're gonna be like, oh shit, this makes sense. Oh, you who she was talking to. You was who was sitting behind us. So I was scooting over for you. I'll be like, yo, big burly ass is who she was talking to. Oh, shit. Oh, it's gonna make sense. It'll make sense. I promise. It will. Well, should I stay or should I go? Da, 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 da. If I go there, we'll be trouble. All of them have a meaning. Oh my god. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's not. But we're gonna get through it just fine. Huh, mama?
Yep.
We may laugh now, and we may not laugh later. But we gonna laugh now. So it says, should I scoot or should I stay? Are we me now? Or
You guys are dusting the bench off.
it's like when you trying to get into church and you just trying to wipe everybody's makeup off. Like, excuse me. Now I gotta go back this way. Excuse me. Oh, yeah. It's gonna be fine. I really hope I get to meet some of you at this event in January. Are you going? Are you going? Because they're talking, there's a lot of people talking about sending some undercover 90s. They think they're gonna 10s coming in the disguise of 90s.
Good luck with that.
And that would help. No. Look, I ain't even gonna tell you what the security has been instructed to do first. 90s superheroes. I need to, if you guys are watching this, all heroes, I'm gonna text you in a minute. But all of them, like all of them, I need to text you. But if you're coming to this event, the security are gonna have a field day. They're gonna have so much fun. Because they're just gonna have so much fun. I won't say what, but you know, there's some people who are like, I just want to get close to her. Okay. You could do that now. I don't know why you're waiting to the event. But the event, I can't say where it is. That is confidential. But since we're just sitting here and we're just chilling together, I'm talking to you now. Excuse me, Tiz. I'm talking to my 90s. Can y'all evil asses scoot over for a second? Just
keep going. We'll tell you when to stop.
I'm not talking to you anymore. Talking to the 90s. They care. Not just about us, but what the hell we're talking about. So the event is going to be in a state that is confidential right now, but the venue is just about secure. So the if you email 90s Hawkshaws, I would say switch. Give them their seat back. They're like, excuse me, I'm gonna say, it's my turn now. Move. Let me. You go stand over there. The event is in January, the second week of January, and there's a whole vetting system for the event. It's free. It's priceless. The truth is priceless. We are not handing out antidepressants as mints, so we are going to try to do some things in between to make sure that it's not so heavy for the day, because it's going to be really heavy. Basically, the live event is to film the last segment because I can't edit anymore. Shit's tearing me apart, like I said. So this next segment that comes out will be the last segment until the filming of the live event. And then the footage from that might take a few months to come out, and it's probably going to be continuous segments because there's a lot. There's a lot. So hopefully we can get into the islands, all that shit. You know, like the entrances through the water, the things that I want to talk about that I can't because every time I'm blocked for talking about it. I wonder how long it's going to take for me to get blocked on here. Epstein's Island, yeah, those sex ranches, I've been on those too. Those are not fun. No. It took me a while to like animals. I like animals now, but it took a long time for me to like animals. But I really want to talk about that. Yeah, we will. I really want to talk about my bloodline too, because I know they're about to pop their heads up and start pointing fingers. You know, the dead men did it. They did it. She did it. I know we're going to do that soon. Talk about that. We're going to talk about a lot. Flight logs. Yeah, all that stuff. Stealth bomber. Things like that. So many things. I want to try to get to all that stuff. I'm just trying to do it in an order that makes sense. You know what I mean? Without throwing things just out there. Oops. I dropped the meetings. Hold on. I got them. No worries. They're still quiet in about 5 of them. The other 44 are still going about their news and everything. But, yeah, it's going to be... it's gonna be good. We're gonna have church in the beginning, and a time to just sit down and talk. We don't have that many seats, but there's a good amount. So yeah, I want to talk about all those things, and then hopefully put that into segment 2. I want to talk about my connections to the Obamas. Not just Biden. We can talk about that too. But it's a lot to get into. Yeah. I'm going to talk about a few things. Like the reason why, you know, people keep calling out Diddy when Diddy was best friends with Tupac. Mm-hmm. You know, Tupac with those military connections. And yeah, all those things. How Tupac still lives in Las Vegas, Nevada, but then he moves back and forth to Palm Springs sometimes. Things like that. But he still comes out to make music. And y'all know. Y'all already know that. I know y'all know that. Y'all already know that. Is this my daddy? Tell them about
daddy. See if the meeting started up again. See if they throwing shit.
We can talk about that. I'm laughing right now, but I feel so sick. I'm so serious. I feel so sick. I feel really sick, actually. It's fine. We can talk about all those things. You know, the underground legal brothels in Las Vegas, Nevada. I really want to talk about that eventually. Not just the ones that are legal in Nevada, but the underground ones, the ones that go through the casinos that those high rollers pay for. Yeah, those that have many exits and entrances through many casinos. And then once you get past or close to one of them, then your Wi-Fi or any type of signal to your phones or any type of device is cut out. They turn that off. What happens in Vegas doesn't technically stay in Vegas. Not for me. Nobody's secrets are safe when we get to that event. I'm just telling you right now. So again, if you're going to do something, can we get it over with? I won't deny it. I'm a straight ride and you don't want to fuck with me. Got the police. Let's get ready to rumble. Huh, Daddy. Maybe not. We won't talk about those type of things though, because the military said no, and then you know, those friends like Snoop Dogg or Diddy, best friends like Snoop Dogg or Diddy, don't want to talk. We don't want to go there. But the more I say, the more we'll pay for it tomorrow, I'm sure. I pick and choose my battles wisely, I think. Don't you? I think I'm pretty smart about it. We're still alive. I think I'm pretty smart about it. Did y'all know that Snoop Dogg and Diddy were best friends with Tupac? Did you? Did you know that? No? Well, I'm telling you. Oh, somebody said, yep, I knew that. Oh, cool. Did anybody see recently when a child star tried to attack me, they tagged Diddy? And then nobody messes with Diddy is like a black Clinton. Anybody know that? Everybody say don't mess with Diddy.
White people know that.
Diddy is like a black Clinton. Because, you know, there's a black Freemason Brotherhood. So they say that nobody messes with Diddy. There's a reason for that. You can ask Kanye. He'll tell you. He trying to. He trying to. He really trying to, but in a minute he's going to get a little sick. Probably not Martin Luther King. That's a whole other story. Martin Lawrence sick. You know, that running out in the middle of the street acting a damn fool. He's probably going to have one of those reset issues or something like that. And then I'll start it too that, you know, Kanye didn't kill himself, but he's trying to. But then, you know, programming breaks and then it clashes and then, you know, some things happen and then you're not allowed to say certain things because you pay for it, like we're probably about to in a little bit. That's why I wasn't talking to you in a second ago. That's why I keep telling you to scoot over. That's what's going on. Yeah. Aaron Carter tried to tell you the same thing. That's why he tweeted to Kanye to have a little talk with him before he left, you know, Lancaster. What do I know? All right. We're really going to go this time. I'm going to take my little self in that bathroom, and I'm gonna throw up, and then I'm gonna talk to God, and I'm gonna be a G, okay? Because I am honestly over y'all bullshit. I'm over all the bullshit. I am exhausted in ways that I can't even explain to y'all. And my nightmares make me feel like pulling all-nighters for the rest of my life. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my 5 foot with one little ass into that bathroom. I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna yell at God a little bit because I need to have a conversation with him. I'm gonna get my shit together, and I'm gonna come back up here, and we'll talk to y'all sooner than later. And I'm gonna keep smiling because that's what I got. Because we don't even have our own beds anymore. So, whatever, right? What are you gonna do? And I'm not a baby, but I'm about to go cry like one. You wanna know why? Because I'm frustrated. And then I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna just, and then I'm gonna be fine. I'm good. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. And then we're probably gonna deal with the utmost evil tomorrow. And you know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna keep it pushing. And I'm gonna probably put a smile on her face. And my mom is gonna have that same look on her face that she got right now. You're gonna keep that. You're actually irritating her. I hold the anxiety for all of us. And I mean all of us. So it's fine. That's great. I probably won't sleep because my nightmares have been really bad. I've been waking up to the point where I've been covered in my own sweat, and it feels like somebody just took a bucket of water, and if we're laying in a bed, it's just the sheets are it's just sweat. I just wake up tossing and turning and fighting air and ready to just take on anybody and fight back harder than I ever did in my whole entire life at that age that I was fighting, but I can't because it's just a nightmare and it's just a flashback. My body is swollen. I got the swelling and problems and welts and can't even stand up straight and things like that, but I'll be fine. Keep pushing. Because we don't have a choice. That's why. So, it's fine. It's absolutely not fine. But I'm gonna say it with my chest that it is. So, yeah. Thank you, 90s, for listening. Hold on, excuse me, guys. Excuse me. Thank you, 10s, for being here. All of you predators and those that are listening to this live right now and you're just taking everything back and those few meetings that just kind of cold stopped. I hope everything is okay. I hope we didn't interrupt anything important. I hope you saved this video because you're probably looking like, what the hell is going on? I don't know either, but we're all gonna find out together, I'm sure. Especially with the license and registration. Where are you headed? Hey, Mom, you got anything?
No.
You good?
I think we're good.
You sure?
Yeah.
Nothing? Oh, you don't want to say hi? Okay. Well, let's see what's next. Talk to y'all sooner than later. Bye, guys.